Welcome to iMatrix's portal application training for online digital form. Our goal is to empower you to create or modify practice forms through our portal tool. Let's get started. Hello, today I'm going to be showing you how to create a form or modify a form. Here is where you will receive all your form leads, but of course by clicking on this little icon here under more options and settings, you'll have options to modify your form and all your fields. Please note that at the top right hand corner it'll show you which form you're modifying. Right here we're modifying the employment request form, but you can switch between all your forms in case you already have a form and you just want to add a field. Maybe you want to add preferred date, preferred time, location, etc. So here we're going to modify the contact us form. And of course, normally you can modify the notification recipient's email, get the code for the form, so you can add that anywhere else. But here is the contact us form that we're referring to. And we'll call this contact us form 1. And here we have fields name, email, phone, comments, and preferred date. I have already added these comments box here, the preferred date. You can modify simply, of course, by typing. So here we're going to change this to notes to the doctor. And let's say we wanted to add another field, so we can click select a field type. And we're going to add custom field. So here it'll add your field, and let's make this called symptoms. Now if you click here under see more options, you can please select a field type, and this gives you options to select text line, text area, drop down list, checkbox, email, phone, radio button, date, time, upload a file, and formatted text. So here we're going to select checkbox, and this just gives you multiple options to select more than one item, as opposed to a drop down list where you can only select one. So here we're going to select eye strain and dry eyes. So once we save this, it'll save my options. Then I can go into my form here. This is my contact us page, and we can see the fields here. Please select your symptom, and you can check them. Maybe you only have one symptom, or maybe both, or maybe none, and you can have that here. Notice only the help text shows. That's because we haven't selected the field label also, so we'll have to select edit form contact, or whichever whatever you named your form. So here's our contact us form 1. We'll click the little pencil icon, and you still have the same options here as you did in the form leads page. You can still click and drag your fields. You can still click on the little pencil icon and modify it. And here you can still modify your values. So here under field appearance, this is where you can either show help text only, show field label only, but in this case we might have to select show field label and help text so you can see what the subject is regarding and what the fields are. So we'll select show field label and help text, click submit, and save. So that's saved our form. Now we have to click done so that it closes our panel here. Now it'll show the title of the subject or the field. It says symptoms, and of course this can be for anything. This is particularly for an optometrist, but of course if you're a veterinarian or a chiropractor or any other practice, you can modify this to suit you best. So let's add another field, and again both of these options can be done by both the website editor or the form leads application page. Personally, I prefer to do it here on the website editor, so that way once you make a change, you can see it right away and you don't have to keep flipping back and forth between pages. So let's edit this contact us form 1. Next, we're going to add a custom field. And here, I'm going to add upload a file. This is mainly used just in case maybe you or the client, our client, will be hiring a new employee and they want them to be able to upload their resume or some sort of CV. You can change this field label to read upload resume. Call this upload and click submit, save, and done. So now we have the field label here, and all you have to do, or the client has to do, is simply click anywhere on this bar here, and it'll open the file explorer or wherever it defaults to, but that way you can search your documents for a PDF or a Word document, or it also accepts photos, so JPEGs, PNGs, and GIF files. So that way maybe it's not for employment, maybe it's for upload your photo and we can display it here on our website for this month's featured client. As an example. So this can be used for many purposes. So here we'll click cancel, and we're going to add one more field. So let's click edit form contact. I'm going to do select field type again, and we're going to do custom field once again. And this time let's select formatted text. Now what the formatted text does, it won't allow the client to modify this. However, this just gives you the option to modify it. Of course, you have some formatting options here, but by clicking more, you'll have your editable component where you have all these formatting options to make your text bold, italicize, list, formatting, links, colors, font sizes, and so forth. You even have an HTML mode where you can type in your own HTML code if you are familiar with that. So for example, we'll write hello world, and we'll get out of code mode, and the code appears. And now, so just by using the tools here, hello world, we can make this bold. We can format this to be a heading. We can click the link chain icon. We can insert our link, and you can select an external link. So if it's going to a page that's not on your website, you can select that here, and you can type in your URL, or you can select from your pages. So if it's going to any of your inner website pages, you can redirect it there. And this open link in new tab, you can select that. So for example, let's say I wanted it to go to my frames page. And let's actually call this frames. So once I save this and I click on the link, it should open the link in a new tab. This is really useful. So if you have an offer or a link that takes the user to a different page, and you want the user to return to the previous page, that way once they're done with this new page and they close it out, they'll still have the original page open. They can continue browsing and have more duration on the website. So let's click save, and this is frames. So before we click anything, let's click save. We'll submit this, save, and done. So here's our formatted text. Now keep in mind, since we only added the one word, this is all it will show for now. But of course you can add paragraphs, as many texts as you desire, multiple links, and so forth. So here we'll click on frames, and now it gives us the option to go to a link instead of just editing, because we're clicking on a link. And it takes us directly to the frames page. But if you notice, it opened up a new tab. So now we have this page open and our frames page open. So that way, if I'm done with this page, maybe I'm satisfied with reading this page, I can simply close this and I'm back on my form here. So that way I can continue filling out this form, and that can turn into a conversion there. Okay, and of course, as I mentioned before, all of these fields are available on this page here. Again, you can click and drag, you can add multiple fields, simply click save, and you can also edit the thank you message, where it says here, this is a message that appears once the field is, or the form is submitted. You'll only have options to type your message and format it, bold, headings, italicized underlines, alignments, and linking, just in case if you want to let them know, thank you for submitting this form. Please click the link below to take advantage of this offer, and so forth. Okay, so now we're going to be adding one last thing to our form. Each time you submit a form, it does give you the option to modify the thank you message, which appears after you submitted all your fields and clicked submit. So we'll click on the form itself. We'll click this contact us form once again. Click the little pencil icon. Okay, so lastly, we're going to edit this contact us form. We're going to add or actually modify the thank you message that appears after the submit form. And that only appears after you've entered in all your information and clicked submit. So let's click edit form contact. We're going to click not on the form itself, but on the settings option. And we're going to delete all this text here, and we can just say thank you. Your form is now submitted. And of course, you can modify this to say whatever you'd like. I just like to keep it simple, but whatever is on your agenda is fine. So thank you, your form is now submitted. Click done. Now you won't notice any change until you actually submit the form, so let's make a test form. And once we submit this, thank you, your form is now submitted, and of course, a little smiley I added. That way you can customize it to whatever you like. Please keep in mind this thank you message will apply to all the forms on your website, so there is only one thank you message, so just keep that in mind. But that is modifying the forms. Thank you. This concludes our webinar on modifying the digital forms. If you have any questions, feel free to submit a ticket through our help site at help.imatrix.com. Thanks for watching.